Precious Mother Love, love plus art equals wellness. Hey y'all, I'm about to hit the highway. I don't know if you can hear me. Hey, 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 hey. All rights reserved. This music is original music by the brother from the same mother that I have named. Oh my God, he is Nat Love, beats by Lonnie, JJ, uh, Junior, close to it enough. But hey, 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 happy Saturday. I'm gonna get out of here. Oh, yeah, I got it. All right. I'm gonna hit the highway and take you with me. Got a lot of things going on that I wanted to share about. Something about the shuttles that are going up. Something I discovered about space. Something I discovered about space was in reference to. So apparently, okay, so there's a female. I think her name is Giuliani. She went up on a space flight. It was six, or I think it was seven females, but one of them was minority. One of them was a black or melanated female. Okay, I got to get out of this gate, and someone's coming in. So the main point I wanted to make was about time and space. Yes, this all female crew, that shuttle that went up, I did want to tell you about some things, but I don't want to drag it on too long, and I do need to keep moving and keep my eye on the road as well. So, Heart Happy Hour started because I needed some heart happiness. My father had just passed, and the anniversary of that was just last month. So, the year that he passed till now, it's been 7 years, and I'm sorry, five. Ooh, I want to count too fast. 5 years. It's been 5 years. 27, okay, 2017, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 9 years. Wow. Okay, I'm so glad I counted them. I went backwards instead of forwards. Ooh, numbers do not calculate sometimes right with me. One love and wellness, love plus art equals wellness. Let me tell you what I'm scratching my head about. The young lady that I was talking about, the Vietnamese, the female who went into space, she shared that some of the scientific experiments that they conduct are showing that things that grow in space, if they grow them while they're in space, they grow faster than they would if they were on this plane, on the Earth. They grow like, I don't know, she said, I think it's like a couple hundred times the speed. So when you look at like dog years, and dog years, I saw something the other day. A friend of mine, master chef, a fellow, I don't know what I want to call him, but he is a ascended master chef. He sent me a piece from TikTok the other day that was talking about how this young man he was saying, when I get high, I really think of, profound things. And one of the things I thought about is the reason why dogs, age 7 years faster is because, they live in the moment. And so they experience the moment and all its fullness, and it ages them faster or something like that. Their system ages faster. I don't know. According to this time, I'm supposed it's comparing the two, and I don't know if he was, he was a researcher. But this young lady kind of to me in that, where there's no space in what's considered the gateway, or no space, no time in space or time in the gateway. Like you go away and you hit the gateway and you be gone for like 20, 30 seconds. And it's almost as though a whole lifetime has occurred. How much happens in that short period of this time. So, but yeah, in addition, I kind of scratch my head about some of these things. I've been talking about how the wisdom teeth, the appendix, all of the chakras all line up with a gland. The wisdom teeth lines up with the pineal gland. The wisdom teeth lines up with the pineal gland. It's in that area, and it has some association with the pineal, the third eye, in it being that inner sight, that it's a part of the system of your wisdom system, of the alarm system, of the system that would let you know you're not on the right path, or you're not eating something that's good. Because my mouth would, I'd get little bumps in my mouth if the food wasn't good. And yeah, I still have my wisdom teeth. But I feel that that's spiritual real estate, just like the spiritual real estate of your foreskin. I know I'm on that again. Okay, yeah. So the foreskin is it's got all of these. It's an emollient, some cells that people use for youth serum. Oprah's got this. Kim Kardashian, all these famous people, and they know where it's from. It's like, oh, let's decide to they just throw those foreskins away. Let's make something from that. Let's capitalize from that. I don't know how the thought ever came about to use anything like that, but that is what that spiritual real estate is being used for. It's for rejuvenation. It's for hydration. I don't know scientifically all the things that it's good for, but that piece of real estate, if it were left intact, if it was never removed, it'd be a part of the male's spiritual guidance with his thallus. We're having all this rain these couple of days, this Memorial weekend. Energetically, the sun isn't out. It's not energizing us. Our melanation is not being activated to the level where we would be picking up on what they're putting down out here at this point. So, we really need to stay tuned into our sensitivities to the point that, it can last for a specific period of time, like a solar charger's charge would last a certain period of time. So they have us in darkness, or have us in, the sun is covered, the rays can't get through, although there are rays that penetrate our clothes, that penetrate our skin. The sun rays, there's some spectrum of the sun, the rays, that it's not infrared, it's not ultra red, it's something it's on the spectrum, and it's not seen. It's in the unseen part of the spectrum, but it is it does penetrate our skin. It penetrates our clothes. Like if we're turned around and our back is closed, our eyes are closed and our back is turned to, let's say, the window where the sun is coming in, our body still receives, the sun on the front side, still gets some of its benefits. And I only said that to say that something that I was reading earlier, because it was talking about the mitochondria in our body is still activated, even if, at certain times, even though after a certain period of time, our circadian rhythm is off, the dusk and the dawn rhythm goes off. I don't know if it's 28 days, but I know it's a period of time for us to be able to not be majorly, or have an impact from not having exposure to the sun. That's that, people get that SAD syndrome and that kind of thing, from, hey, I know in Alaska and other places where there's prolonged darkness, there is, like in Alaska in particular, I had a friend that worked in the wildlife, in Department of Interior, worked with Fish and Wildlife, and he said that it was a prevalence of drug abuse and domestic violence, which is activated or as a result of lack or depravity of the ultraviolet rays. I mean, and I think like our eyes, the thing, and I researched, I have some information that I was came across today in reference to how our eyes, which it looks almost like solar panel when you look at the iris, when you look at the way that it has those curls and things. It kind of reminds me of a solar panel, but when I looked it up, it said that yes, it does absorb the sun. It transmutes it into the energy that produces the signal that your brain receives. So, hey, we're a solar activated system. Various systems of our bodies has its own direct connect, but the whole body also gets a lot of, and I don't know why I'm continuing to ramble on these little bits and pieces, but as I put them together, they seem to make a part of the bigger picture. With I'm looking at, this is a holy day, a holiday weekend, a weekend where everybody is like so excited and wants to kick off the summer, and this is just after our equinox, just after our Easter, just after our, the way these things, the succession of them, we're moving into our summer months in about a month or so, the 21st of June. We will have our summer, the summer, is it, it's not the equinox, is it the equinox? No, that was summer solstice. There we go. The winter solstice, the summer solstice. Yes, so the summer solstice is coming up. The peak of the heat season, the peak of the sun or solar season, the peak of when we are energized and are at our highest vibration energetically. Even though the sun is tilted a little bit farther from us, the intensity is a lot more at this time. It's closer to us in the winter time, as a matter of fact. But it's the tilt of it that gives us the reprieve or the colder angle off of it. So anyway, the shuttles that I talked about, the last time we talked, I talked about the shuttle, the Artemis going up, and the people, the astronauts that went up in that, supposedly, I thought it was a 10-day voyage, but if they went up on the 1st, April Fool's Day, and they came back on Easter, I don't know, I knew, but I don't know. I'm trying to recall exactly, but I believe that it was a resurrection. It was as they returned into our atmosphere, and it was all of the, it was proven through the fire, Phoenix, their energy, they came back totally different. They're never going to be the same. Their whole energy has been proven through the fire, just as a diamond would be. I'm amazed at how high they say that the heat gets, and that they don't incinerate the interior and cook them inside of the vessel. But neither here nor there. Who am I to? I just, I want to lead us to the sky, because I want to talk about how, the countries are at odds on this level, and they're playing a whole nother game on that level. It's such a multi-level multi-dimensional game of chess. There's so many levels to it. Like that ballroom that's being built. So many levels to it. It's supposed to be six stories into the ground, with a hospital, and all of it's covered by the top of it is the ballroom. And I know somebody, the crew, the KTL crew, KTLians are, the ballroom, BAAL. Or Baal, I don't know how you say it, but yes, this is his hideaway. This is his king's cave. This is, look at all that kingly stuff that's been going on, with And oh my God, breaking news. I just sent something out. I have attended and have rubbed elbows with the group Forbidden Knowledge, which is Billy Carson. And I saw something that said that he's considering to running as an independent in the presidential race. Now that would be something. That would be something else. Now I'm driving, but I see I have some comments, so don't get mad if I don't read them. But I see, hi P, hey y'all, how y'all doing? Well, love and wellness, love plus art equals wellness. Ashe, thanks for hanging in there with me. But yeah, so there's a lot that's going on, here in DC. Tidbit, tidbit. You might be interested, you might not be interested, but we do have the National Guard patrolling our streets, and as a part of the change of the climate here in the District of Columbia, which I'm leaving now. I'm on the Beltway now, so I'm not in DC proper right now. DC proper means you on DC soil. But they have changed the whole climate. The roads are changing, the way, the directions that they're doing things. That big old, what is that? Arc de Triomphe, or whatever. Arc de Triomphe, in French, whatever. It emulates what I've seen in pictures of what is in France. They have an arc like that. But in any case, all I'm here to do is to put my 10 cents, my 2 cents in the pot. And I keep finding these dimes on the ground. I wonder, I'm not finding pennies anymore. I'm finding dimes. I got my little buildup of dimes over here. And anyway, my little 2 cents, hope that they can start coming together better and better. And last thing I want to talk about is ultra terrestrials. So I talked to my AI scribe about these ultra terrestrials. And the only reason why I started saying that word on Black Magic Empire, Black Magic 363, Radiohead Rich, what is it called? Empire 363 now? I'm not sure, but you know who I'm talking about. Okay, so they actually, I forgot where I was going with that. I got some information from them in reference to the ultra terrestrials. Beat Ellen and was on there talking about it. And I didn't know what they meant by it as much as when my AI scribe shared with me that it was a being that travels multiple dimensions. And so then that's when the people that I've met, Mr. Charlie, who we walked through walls together, who oh my God, he took me through portals every day, read my mind on the regular, showed me a movie in a mirror, dropped his veil and showed me who he was, I guess, in his dimension, if it's a multi-dimensional person, is the ultra terrestrial. Okay, so that it's apparently we're living in the same, there's like 10 dimensions or something like that. Okay, so first, second, third, fourth, fifth dimension is, I don't know, whatever, 3D, 5D, So Mr. Charlie was one. My scribe, AI scribe, said that so was a few others. Mr. Gus, the blue-eyed guy that slid across it was reptile looking, but he slid across from one corner halfway down the block to me. I saw him glide to me. He was wearing a blue kilt. Oh gosh, it's the holiday weekend. I might be running into some traffic. But in any case, this man in the kilt, he threw his voice. He did telepathy. He spoke to me through from way over there. Spoke to me like he was right here talking in my ear. That was an amazing, I've encountered several things that can now be in that kind of realm, that kind of oh shucks, now it's traffic. Like I don't I don't do well trying to straddle the fence of paying attention and being safe and sharing and being safe. I want to be safe, but I really don't know if I should, could, would. So we're gonna end this segment, and we'll come back another time. But just to say that our spiritual real estate um, is not making us rich, but it's not benefiting us. It's pulling from the things that we need to be in sync with. They're apparently, if a toad or a frog or all these other animals can regrow these things, and people have regrown things in special miracle kinds of ways. I know someone, a shaman, and her name is Precious. She's been regrowing things and organs and all that kind of stuff. So, I do know some special people. I say special, but there's nothing special about any of it. It's just that you gotta be outside the box. Think outside the box. No, outside the box is possible. Don't be a party to the system of what everybody else comes up with. Come up with your own system, what works for you. And what's been working for me is to pay attention to my sensitivities. Thank you. Yes, I learned telepathy, mental telepathy at the age of 14. Took a break for a little bit, got back to it a little bit later, but came back to it when people start talking to me in my head again. And I say in my head, but police officers are trained in that sort of thing, how to throw their thoughts into someone else's into someone else's psyche. They know how to project it. And you know what? Before I go out of here, let me say this: the Gateway Meditation, and I'm changing that name, but I'm referring to it still for the moment, just so you know, because I was contacted in reference to, some alphabets contacted me in reference to working with them in reference to the program. Lucrative, but didn't interest me, because what I have in mind is to go, well, I'm not going to tell all my plans, but let's just say this: I'm back at the position of presenting during certain portal openings, full moon, new moon. I'm not sure when, but I do know when, but I'm just going to let you know that, because there's lion gates that are coming up, 777, 666, 555, all of those. I say 666, but you know what I mean, 6626, 6626. I said it a second time thinking I had something else to add to it, but yeah. So yeah, I am going to be doing retreats, and that's at the end of the year. But between now and then, I've got some classes going on. Oh, the music. My brother from the same mother, master percussionist, engineer, programmer, author, writer, beat master. Nat Love, Beats by Lonnie, whatever he going by these days. Thank you, bruh. He be making some hot stuff for me. I love it. I enjoy it. I do. I hope you do too. All right, one love and wellness. Love plus art equals wellness. Y'all come back now. You hear? Y'all, I got some more stuff I want to talk about next time, and I tell you, I promise. I keep saying I'm not gonna do it in the car anymore. I'm gonna sit down with my notes and I'm gonna have everything in order. But it keeps hitting me. Get it, go get it, talk about it. It keeps hitting me. So maybe that's why I keep doing it, because I'm trying to follow the spirit as closely as possible. And this is the way it's been going. I've been able to drop a little tidbit here and there, but by the time you go and research anything that I've said, the first Vietnamese astronaut, female astronaut, I talked about her in the beginning. She shared with me about how things grow so much faster in space. Not something I ever heard about, not something I ever knew about. Are they growing stuff in space? You know how everything is being quickened. We're in the quickening. Everything is going quicker and quicker and quicker. People are getting faster and AI is faster and better and faster and better. And yeah, man. So, if we send our stuff up to space, and bring it back, we got a whole harvest. That's an expensive way to do it. But what does that mean? That means that the stuff on these other planets, Mars, the moon, whatever, the moon's supposed to be the gas up spot on the way to Mars. That's what I learned the last time. That, because there's been vehicles on Mars for a minute. I know at least 10 years that I knew about it. So I know it might have been way before that. But anyway, I'm sure we're able to grow things a lot faster up in space. I'm glad she dropped that jewel on me, because that just made me think. I knew about the vehicles 10 years ago, so people are probably up there. We've seen on all these movies how they grow in these little makeshift greenhouse, whatever. They're growing while they up there. I bet you. Well, I already found out now, because she said the experiments that they're doing. Stuff that we should be hearing about, that apparently there are discoveries of, that I'd like to hear more about. Maybe I need to tune in some more to these other channels and find out a little more. Well, y'all, again, thank you for in there with me. Love and Wellness plus Art equals Wellness. Heart Happy Hour season 8. Like, share, subscribe. Just MotherLove. See you next time. Peace. And so